Imagine this. You're safe at home, lights low, doors locked. The world outside feels distant, silent. But what if the silence hides something else? What if someone is already inside, watching, waiting, and planning to take away the one place you thought was safe? Tonight on the Rewind Vault, we dive into 3 terrifying true home invasion stories that will make you double-check your locks before bed. So grab a blanket, turn the lights down, and let's step into the darkness together. It had been a long week, and the house was unusually quiet that night. He was alone, his brother out of town, his parents away for the weekend. At around 11:30, he lay in bed with a book, fighting exhaustion. Then he heard it, the low mechanical growl of the garage door rising. His heart froze. No one was supposed to be home. The floor vibrated as the door opened, the way it always did, but the silence afterward was different. Heavy. Wrong. Gripping an old baseball bat from the closet, he crept down the stairs, trying to convince himself it was just a glitch. Maybe his parents had returned. Maybe his brother's plans changed. But then came the voices, low, hushed, definitely inside the house. There were 2 men. Ignoring the 911 operator's advice to hide, he charged into his parents' bedroom with the bat raised. The intruders turned, shocked. He swung hard, connecting with one man's leg. The other tackled him to the ground, stronger, heavier, pressing the air from his lungs. A knife glinted in the corner of his vision. As he gasped for air, he thought it was the end, until sirens wailed in the distance. In panic, the intruders fled. He survived, but the questions still haunt him. The garage opener had been inside his unlocked car. Whoever came that night knew his family's schedule. They weren't strangers. They were close enough to know his life, and bold enough to nearly end it. It started with a phone call, a local number. A calm female voice. She claimed to be a nurse. His mother, she said, had been admitted to the emergency room after a fall. She knew his mother's name, her surgery history, even her address. Panic took over. He rushed out of his house without even locking the door. The drive felt endless, but when he reached the hospital, the receptionist shook her head. His mother wasn't there. Confused and terrified, he called her directly. She answered groggily. She was fine. That's when it hit him. He sped home only to find the front door exactly as he had left it, but inside chaos. His home was ransacked. His valuables gone. Stranger still, family photos had been removed from their frames, and even prescription bottles were stolen. Whoever had done this hadn't wanted just money. They wanted pieces of his life. The police suspected someone close, someone who knew his family well enough to create such a convincing lie. But the truth was darker. This wasn't just a burglary, it was a violation, a blueprint for something more sinister. To this day, he wonders who made that call, and worse, what else they might know. It was late when the pounding started. Heavy fists hammered the door like a battering ram. On the porch stood a man, wild-eyed and trembling. He screamed that this was his house, that the tenant was trespassing. The tenant tried to calm him down, but then the man rattled off details about the home only someone who had lived there could know. The sticking back door, the bathroom door that hit the toilet. Then he pulled out proof, a lease agreement, mail with his name on it, and photographs, dozens of them, inside the house. Some showed him sitting on the couch, others had him cooking in the kitchen. There were even group selfies, complete with fireworks from the most recent 4th of July. But the tenant had been there, alone, that 4th of July. Shaken, he called the police. They dismissed it as a mental breakdown, but the fear only grew. 2 weeks later, he returned home to find the place ransacked. Nothing valuable was stolen, just drawers turned over, closets ripped apart, like someone was searching for something only they knew existed. The locks were changed, security cameras installed. But the images linger. How could a stranger have photos of his life inside a home he never shared? Some mysteries dig their claws into reality and refuse to let go. These stories remind us of one chilling truth. Home isn't always the safe haven we believe it to be. Sometimes the danger isn't out there, it's already inside. If tonight's stories made you second-guess your locks, then do me a favour. Hit that like button to help more people discover these tales. Share your own creepy experiences in the comments, you never know who else might relate. And if you crave more true horror that blurs the line between the ordinary and the unthinkable, make sure to subscribe.